The reason why the adults talk back to the preacher because they understand that if they talk back to him or her, that maybe they will hurry up and get out your way. And so I'm going to ask tonight that if you all talk back to me and we're a little interactive, then I can be out of here in the next 6 minutes. But if y'all sit there and look at me like a bump on the log, we'll be here for the 60 minutes. All right? There we go. There we go. My man. There we go. I appreciate that. So real quick, I'm going to give y'all 3 points. I'm going to share some things with y'all and then get up out of your way. In 1956, the city of San Francisco, California, purchased some land from an individual by the name of James Ingrid. And they broke land in 1957. 3 years later, 1960, they built what is called Candlestick Park. Candlestick Park in San Francisco, California, served as the home for the San Francisco baseball team. 1960, San Francisco baseball team moved to San Fran, and they had their home stadium right there on the edge of the bay. Some years later, then the San Francisco 49ers moved into the same stadium. This stadium has served to do great and wonderful things for the city of San Francisco. They have held Major League championships. They have hosted NFC championship games. They have hosted all-star games. They have hosted college games. This stadium was the only stadium in these United States of America to house 2 professional teams, one for baseball and one for football. Some years later, in 1999, the baseball team moved from Candlestick Park and only remained with the 49ers to play there. We all know the greats who went through Candlestick Park, such as Joe Montana. In 1982, he threw what is considered to be one of the greatest passes to Dwight Clark, simply named the catch. We've seen some of the hardest hits in football in Candlestick Park from Ronnie Lott. We've seen some of the greatest runs from running back Roger Craig. We've seen some of the greatest home runs from Hank Aaron. We have seen some great and wonderful things take place at Candlestick Park. But tragically, on December 31st, 2013, the city of San Francisco decided to tear down Candlestick Park. And to the community and to the citizens of San Francisco, everyone was upset. Everyone was sad. They didn't understand why they were tearing down their beloved stadium that has served there faithfully for over 40 years. The city of San Francisco understood that even though Candlestick Park had experienced some great times, even though Candlestick Park had experienced some magnificent stories and some of the greatest sports plays in football and baseball, the city of San Francisco understood that we cannot hold on to the memories in order to move forward. I say all of that to let you all know, young brothers and sisters, that as you're sitting here at your sports banquet, to understand you all have experienced some great memories in 2014. You all have encountered some wonderful things. You have overcome some great obstacles. You have faced adversity. You have been through the ups and the downs, the good and the bad. But to understand, my beloved brothers and sisters, that you cannot move forward looking backward and reflecting on the past, but you have to understand, just like the city of San Francisco, that there is still great things ahead of me, and in order for you to move forward, you can't move forward looking backwards. I understand that in order to move forward, you must remember the past, but look towards your future. And understand that you will never get to your future, you'll never accomplish great and wonderful things if you keep looking back, reflecting over, I used to do this in the 6th grade. I used to do that in the 7th grade. I accomplished this in the 8th grade. And it's great and it's wonderful if you've ever scored a point. It's great and it's wonderful if you've ever hit a home run. It's great and it's wonderful if you've ever tagged somebody out. It's great and it's wonderful if you ever magnificently mastered every single jump and did every single cheer and executed every routine on point. But understand, you cannot move to the next level rejoicing off your past, but you have to understand, I still got to go higher and move forward, and I can't move forward forward looking back to my past. So my beloved brothers and sisters, the first thing is I challenge you all is to rejoice over the past, but prepare for your future. Tell your neighbor, prepare for your future. Tonight, my beloved brothers and sisters, at 9 p.m., we will witness a young man by the name of LeBron James of the Miami Heat play for the second year straight the San Antonio Spurs in the first game of the NBA championship game. In an interview earlier this week, LeBron James stated that he feels slighted because people are saying that the Spurs gave the championship game away last year. And he feels like no one is giving Miami Heat the respect that they deserve, even though they are the two-time remaining NBA champions. And LeBron said that when he takes court tonight in San Antonio, that he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. I say that to share with you, my beloved brothers and sisters, even though LeBron James can arguably be considered the greatest NBA player of our time, even though he's naturally gifted and talented, even though he has done some great and some wonderful things, there's still going to be haters that say he is not all that he's cracked up to be. What does that let us know? My beloved brothers and sisters, understand that there are going to be some haters that you're going to encounter along in life. Regardless of how great you are, regardless of any championships you may win, regardless of any obstacles that you come over, regardless of the hurdles you jump in life, understand there's going to be some people that's going to hate on you and say, you ain't all that. But you got to look at them haters and say, if I ain't all that, why you worried about me? Understand, I am who I am because I'm great and I put in the work. And LeBron understand I would not be the greatness that I am had it not been for the work that I put in practice. Understand, in order for you to move forward and prepare for your future, you got to work at what it is that you want to do. Tell your neighbor, you got to work at your future. So the first thing that we learn is you have to prepare. The second thing is you have to work. But understand that even when you work, you shall encounter some haters. About 2 hours from here, there was a man born in Richmond, Virginia, grew up in Richmond, played high school football, was never recruited to a major college to play football. They said he was too small. They said he was too slow. And they said he did not have the skills to be a quarterback on a big-time level. In fact, this young man went to school on a scholarship and shocked the world in the collegiate level. He was drafted then by the Seattle Seahawks. And what we witnessed just a couple of months ago is Russell Wilson, only 5'9", grew up in Richmond, Virginia, was arguably and undeniably the best quarterback this year in the entire NFL football. When everyone said he was too slow, he was too small, and he did not have the skills. But in an interview after Russell Wilson won the NFL championship, the Super Bowl, he said, even when other people did not believe in me, I had a coach and I had parents that believed in me. My beloved brothers and sisters, I share that with you all to understand that there are going to be some people in your life who will not believe in you. They'll say you're too small. They'll say you're too slow. They'll say you don't have the skills. But understand that there is a school called Benjamin D. Foulous that believe in each and every one of you. Understand that you have some parents that have invested in you. And when you understand, as long as my mama, my daddy, my grandma, my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, if they believe in me, then I don't need nobody else to believe in me because I believe in what my parents see. And understand your parents invested in you and your coaches trained you to be greatness and do great and wonderful things. And so what if you go to high school next year and they don't believe in you? Understand Benjamin D. Foulous believes in you. Understand mommy and daddy believes in you. And if nobody else believes you, there is somebody that got your back that can believe and can push you to do great and wonderful things. I close with this story. Everybody in here who has ever failed at anything, let me see you raise your hand. That's everybody in here. My beloved brothers and sisters, there was a man by the name of Aubrey Graham. Aubrey Graham grew up in Ontario, Toronto, Canada. They said he did not have the skill to be a successful hip-hop artist.
That's right.
They said he might as well just stick to doing poetry and go back to Canada. But Aubrey Graham received an acting award on a daytime soap opera. In fact, after 3 episodes, was booted off the soap opera. And one day he was at an open mic poetry. And there was this dude by the name of Dwayne Michael Carter who saw Aubrey Graham doing poetry and said, you need to do your poetry over music. Today, Dwayne Michael Carter signed Aubrey Graham to a record deal. You all know Dwayne Michael Carter as Lil Wayne. And Aubrey Graham is who? Drake! And today, Drake is undeniably one of the greatest hip-hop artists in our community. But in an interview with MTV, he said, I failed at a couple of things. But just because I failed at something does not make me a failure. And I started from the bottom, now I'm here. But my here is not my there. And I understand, young folks, you all started from the bottom, but guess what? Now you're here. But your here is not your there. That you got some great things ahead of you. Y'all still don't believe it. There was this dude by the name of Tahi Epps. Tahi Epps grew up in College Park, Atlanta, Georgia. Went to Alabama A&M State on a full basketball scholarship. Tahi Epps decided to leave Alabama A&M State, leave his basketball scholarship, and wanted to be a rapper. Tahi Epps went back to Atlanta, signed a record deal with Dirty Money Records, which is Ludacris' record company. Was part of a group and released a song entitled Duffel Bag Boy. He said, I don't want to be in a group, I want to be a solo artist. Ludacris said, Tahi, you don't have what it takes to be a solo artist. Stay in this group. After a while, Ludacris finally released Tahi Epps. Tahi Epps went to the studio, changed his name, changed his identity, and now Tahi Epps, you all simply know him as 2 Chainz. I got me a few of them and came out with a song that said, I'm different, yeah, I'm different. And I understand even when everybody else don't believe in me, I believe in myself. And I don't care if you like me or not. I don't care if you follow me on Instagram or not. I don't care if you retweet my Vine videos. I don't care if your friend requests me on Facebook, because my grandmama said I can do bad. I didn't know we had the same grandmother, but since we all got the same grandmother, young folks understand if you can do bad all by yourself, then stop letting everybody else bring you down. Stop paying attention to them fake and phony friends and understand that you can do great, wonderful, and marvelous things because you are different, you are called apart to do great and wonderful things. The last individual I'm going to give you, and I'm going to take my seat because I'm 2 minutes past my time. There was a dude by the name of Michael Jeffrey Jordan, and Michael Jordan was cut from his 10th grade basketball team. In fact, the basketball coach said, Jordan, go play baseball because you don't have the skill, you don't have the strength, and you don't have the size to be a professional basketball player. Jordan, in fact, went back, practiced on his game. The next year came and made the team. But today, Jordan is arguably and undeniably the greatest basketball player that we've ever seen. Got 6 NBA championship rings, 2 gold medals, a statue in front of the United Center, and understand when he looked back and went to his old high school, he said, you didn't believe in me, but guess what? I had a mama and a daddy that believed in me, and I'm still here, and now you want my autograph when you cut me from the team. I can keep going, but I'm going to sit in my seat and let you all know, young folks, the young brother that you're listening to right now was suspended from Avalon Elementary, was expelled from Stephen Decatur Middle, was expelled from Charleston High School, never got into college, but got into Norfolk State University on academic probation, graduated with a 3.9 GPA, went and got my master's from Howard University, working on my doctorate university, and the same principal that expelled me from Charleston High School is now an usher in my ministry, and now taking orders from the same one that she got expelled